Good morning and welcome to TravelGetX. Today we have the pleasure to welcome Patricia from Roibos. Good morning, Patricia.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me to your lovely offices here in Parabit. It's a great pleasure. And I've got lovely things to tell you all about our partnership going forward.
Good. I'm very, very sure about this. I also have our CEO, Pedro Camara, joining us for this conversation. Good morning, Pedro.
Good morning, Jose. How are you? Good morning, Patricia.
Good morning.
So, first of all, we'd like to talk about and share with our community what are the good things going on. I think we are living in a pandemic time. We are all struggling, but I think we can anticipate that many good things are going to happen. What are your thoughts on this, Patricia?
You are right. These have been very difficult times, but we've got lots of opportunities. Crisis times always bring lots of opportunities. And one of the opportunities is this relationship that we are going to talk about today. Roibos it's a marketplace that allows hotel direct contracting with travel agencies, where the hotels loads all the contracts, the photos, description into this marketplace, and the travel agencies can make the bookings. So it's a great marketplace with direct contracting between travel agencies and hotels. And here's where the good things come. The relationship with you. You are fantastically connected with many travel operators, and you're going to help us get closer.
She's such a good seller. I mean, it's true. I mean, this is something that is going to happen. But apart from this, I think that people may think that we are somehow competitors, and so just because we are somehow covering the same communities, I think that I want you to join me in trying to basically help people to understand how is that two major tech partners are working now together to face the new scenario.
I think post-COVID, what we're going to see is people working closer and closer. What we need is to reduce the distances, especially with connectivity. It's always been this big ethos, connectivity, technology companies, who's working with who. And what we're trying to do is narrow the space and making it closer between hotels and travel operators. And that's what this relationship is going to help to reduce the time, make things easier for everybody, especially for the hotels and the travel operators to work closely. So the opportunities are specifically that. Working closer, reduce the time, reduce the space, and collaborate, I think is great.
It sounds like a sure bet for the major players in this community. Pedro, I was wondering whether you can help us to understand what had happened in the last year, even in the last few years, in the intermediation field, so that we come up with this solution. What's your thoughts on the intermediation driving us and guiding us to this scenario right now?
That's a difficult question. Let's see. I think in the last few years, what happened is that the bigger players got even bigger. So the margins got smaller, and what happened in the market is that with less margins and more competition, of course, we need different solutions in order to distribute the product in more effective ways. So solutions like Roibos are exactly that. No, they are actually removing the middleman, going directly from the hotel into the buyer or the seller.
But that's interesting because in a scenario where margins are going down, it's people are looking forward to keep receiving this value. Don't you think that things may happen in the near future? I mean, I'm referring to the intermediation. There are many players. It seems to be like a sort of a red ocean, where many people are trying to catch and scratch this its piece. So, how do you think technology is going to add value in this scenario while bringing value to the existing partners? So, how do you think? What are the kind of things that are going to happen in the near future for the technology to be real value, a real asset for those players?
Yeah, I think the market has been crowded and more. So access to technology, which before was very expensive, nowadays is much cheaper with companies like us and other tech companies around. So there's a lot of bed banks or pseudo bed banks now that are only reselling product from other suppliers. And as you said, I mean, there's a red ocean. It's very crowded. It's very tough. There's low margins. And what happened with COVID is that because there's no more demand, or the demand is very slow, it's very it's not as it was before, to say the least.
That's really interesting. That's interesting. I was wondering whether you can help me to understand how you guys are bringing value to your own respective communities. So perhaps, Patricia, you can help us to understand how you are helping hotels to gain share, to add value to them.
This COVID has meant for many hotels that they haven't been able to go to fairs, they haven't been able to travel, to sit with many of the contractors of the different travel operators. So the only way to get to them was through technology. And this is what Roibos allows the hotels, is brings closer those travel operators. So the hotel, the same that Booking.com, a fantastic marketplace, will load the content. So very good for the travel operator, first-hand quality content from the hotel, first-hand photography from the hotel, and the rates directly from the hotel. So the hotel is shortening the time, is getting a wider spectrum of travel operators. It has a better control of those travel operators, so there are not too many intermediaries. They don't lose the control. So, for instance, the package rates has always been an issue for many of the hotels. They tend to lose the control. So with Roibos, they can check who they open those package rates, and they can restrict the package rates. They can change the commission by agent. They can say, I'm going to be selling lots of rooms with this travel agency. I'm going to give them a bigger commission. With this one, I'm not so sure about this one. I'm going to reduce the commission. So we give back the control to the hotel.
So I guess the guys of Booking.com are not going to be very happy with you.
Perhaps.
although, I mean, as long as we add value to the hotel, there's going to be a massive opportunity there. That's
what we bring in. We bring in closer the B2B distribution to the hotels. I think Booking.com has done a great job with the B2C. They're entering into the B2B. We are not going to close our eyes. You know, they're trying to get into the B2B. And what we do is specifically bringing closer the B2B distribution to the hotel. So could we say that for me as a hotel, this could be like my B2B Booking.com? Absolutely. With the difference, and this is a pro for both, for hotel and for travel operators, we just charge a fee. We don't impose commissions, so there is no a minimum X commission. So the hotel can decide what commission, agency by agency. If any issues, we don't impose a give back the non-refundables, etc. All the polemics that Booking brought or came up during the pandemic with their impositions, they are removed because we are, just like you, a technology platform, a facilitator for both hotels and travel operators. It's going to be a layer of freedom, empowering those guys to get access to the B2B space. It's a marketplace where they can trade at whatever markups they wish, and the free market will decide who is better in the market. Good. Are you waiting for the Booking.com guys to call you and say, hey, are you potentially collaborating with us? Well, anyway, that could be an option. So that's interesting. What about you, Pedro? What do you think about your part of the chain? What about the OTAs and those that are going to have access to this amazing hotel product?
Yes, and the same as in Patricia's case, we are also a marketplace, but I think we're a bit different in the way that we are not specific with hotels, no? So we are in a much broader range. And for that, I mean, we strive to be an efficient marketplace, and a collaboration with someone like Patricia or Roibos brings exactly that. We bring closer the hotel into our client, who is the travel operator. And this just brings effectivity to the marketplace. So this is what we're striving for.
I have to say that I think that what we're trying to do here is we cannot afford not to have somebody like Roibos in our network, in our sourcing for OTAs. I think there's going to be a massive opportunity for the next generation of the intermediation space, where people having a more lean, structure, where the technology is empowering them instead of being something against them, is going to be an opportunity, an amazing opportunity for all of us.
I think it's a huge opportunity for both hotels and travel operators, but travel operators in an era where we see in the news, and unfortunately lots of people have lost their jobs because no demand, no business or no business. We had to cut jobs in many of the travel operators. We need to get closer to the hotels, but we need hands. But we don't have those hands because there are no funds. So that's what Roibos brings closer. It reduces or eliminates all the contracting cost. If you are a big OTA and you have contractors overseas, this year they haven't been able to go overseas. So it's a way that, okay, I'm going to carry on having that direct relationship with the hotel, but all digital, via a marketplace, Roibos.
That's interesting too. I mean, we in TravelGetX, we have billions of searches on a daily basis, and I think that something we have to explore. We have to get information from this data and to put it at hotel disposal so that they can see how to sell better. Don't you think so?
I do think so. I do think business intelligence it's a great facilitator for both travel operators and hotels, and you just given me some ideas. Our second, and I'm going to speak to you now, our second product is our business intelligence. So why not we collaborate and we share that data and we give that information to the hotels. For instance, suddenly I'm a hotel in Madrid, and you can see, and we can see through our models, that there is a lot of Japan calls, but the hotels are not featuring or not selling or not catering for Japanese. So we see the data, then let's inform the Madrid hotels, for instance, that we can see a tendency from Japan. So you're very used to, and you've done a great job, I think, in the business intelligence towards the travel operators, but I can see an opportunity of sharing that information with the hotels. So the hotels know that Japan is calling, but I didn't even know, hey ho, we are in a marketplace, let's get together.
That's interesting. I think that you're a specialist in, among other things, in the technical spectrum on business intelligence. I think we've done a good job in getting the information to help our partners to shortcut the line somehow, to reduce the learning curve. What's your thoughts on this? How this could evolve so that we can bring value to our communities?
Yeah, I think data is the new gold, and we're sitting on a lot of data nowadays, and we've been using this data for the last 2-3 years, more or less, in order to basically optimize our clients' businesses, both on the supply and the demand side. And sure, using it to help hotels to be more attractive to clients. It's all about efficiency, and that's what we're striving for. So it's
just to give you guys an example. I think yesterday I had a conversation with somebody from England, and they are working in a very demanding space, which is the meta search. They're looking for opportunities on the hotel space, on the hotel business product, but they want to know what are the hotels that are behaving better. We have a pattern from other players that are working on in the same space, in the same market. So we can shortcut the line. We can help them to understand what are the right ones for them. They're gonna discover. If we are not there, they're gonna discover it, but it's gonna take them a while to get to that point. Whereas we can. There is a value in helping to
narrow.
Yeah, to narrow and shortcut the line and to go faster. So I think that there is a massive opportunity there by working together. So I think it's been a great story and conversation. So before you go, I have a very interesting question. I guess this is not going to be a very difficult one. I would like to know why Roibos? Why the name of Roibos? Is it because of the plan or?
Right. We are a technology platform. We are in the travel space, and I guess the blue it's a bit used a lot. The name of travel operator, viajes, etc. was used a lot. So we wanted a name that was memorable, and it didn't have anything to do with travel, but. When I used to plan the business plan, and we used to meet up with the shareholders and with the team, and the typical thing, let's meet for a coffee. None of us drank coffee. So we always land up in the same coffee bar asking for a tea, and that tea was Rooibos. So that's why the name Rooibos. Rooibos is spelled with double O actually. We didn't go for such a generic name, so we removed the O, we found it, and we secured that domain name. So Rooibos is a tea.
That's a good story.
But
I think we can with all these kind of things we can humanize somehow the technology space. Yeah?
At the end of the day, behind all the ideas, behind all the technology, there is always a cup of coffee or a cup of tea.
Yeah, I think by telling stories, there's something very attractive for our communities. So thank you very much for coming. It's been a great pleasure to have you both here, and we think we can see
Pedro.
a lot of business coming thanks to this collaboration.
Thank you, Jose.
Thank you.